It's November 27th, 2014 at 9:36 p.m. and 44 seconds by my watch. I'm here at Leonard Street and Nassau Street. I wanted to do a comparison video of what the street is like when I'm not being followed by an organized stalking campaign like I was on August 21st, 2014 at 9:38 p.m. That was also a Thursday night, and tonight is a Thursday night as well. So I just want to go down the street and show how empty it is usually when there's no stalking campaign around. It's almost 9:38 p.m. already. So we have one car taking off, right on time. It's the Kremble Discovery Center. Another car lighting up and another car lighting up, all on time. Let's get the plates. It's August 21st, 2014 at 9:38 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Just remember a prompting session here where they had me take off my clothes. Now, I never got naked or anything. I took off my jacket and my pants, all this stuff, and I crawled over here. And there's like all these flower beds at secret meeting, and all the electronic warfare harassment of Jews and DARPA, NSA, whatever it was. But yeah, this was a very violent prompting area. Lots of street activity on a street that has no activity normally, as we can see. You have to remember that surveillance, when it's tailing you, they'll have people walking, they'll have people on scooters, they'll have people on bicycles, constantly within reach to jump in as needed. So this street has usually no activity whatsoever, but as you can see, this guy on the scooter here, he was lurking over there. Once I took out the camera, he went up here, then he did a U-turn and went down here and scooted off, and now we have a pedestrian couple heading up the street here. Yeah. See, I've been prompted to talk about this issue, and all the layers of virtual reality have popped out of nowhere. You know, even cars parked like this. I mean, there should be no one here at these businesses right now because this Kremble building here isn't even open. We have someone up here walking up and down the street now. This guy with the black over there. It's a bit out of focus because of the distance. But yeah, the whole street has suddenly come alive as soon as I whipped out the video camera. This car here is turning its lights on and off, so they're from that car. Yeah, this is very, very typical of the heavily, monstrously funded development campaign to keep targets of electronic warfare and remote neural monitoring and prompting constantly handled. Oh, now we have another couple coming down the street. We have here, yeah. Oh, it's all come alive. As soon as I stopped with the camera, it's all come alive. This car over here with the lights on. This has happened here. Now a security guard here. This car has been activated. It's coming down the street. What are the odds of all this happening at once upon my stopping to pull out a video camera to talk about a surveillance skit here where I was instructed to take off most of my clothes and start talking into the flower bins. This is how much money is being spent on this. You may ask why. AHYL 460. It's because the entire population of the world is going to be put on it. And you're all going to be on some variation of like I am once it's finessed and refined so that it doesn't sedate so much. And everyone will have to take it, just like Brave New World and the drug Soma. This is why they surround you with layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of being followed. That can be activated layer after layer after layer as needed. Because government has, you know, thousands and thousands of people available to do this, and they all get paid for it, just walking around pretending to be things they're not. These kids are probably okay heading up the street here, so what I'm going to do is turn off the video camera, and we'll see if this car here stops or not. Oh, it's a truck. Minivan. And another one. So the whole street's come alive. The whole street's come alive. And this is, there's nobody usually here at all. I can tell you from years and years of, you know, walking through here. I haven't been down this street in a while, actually, which makes it all the more interesting. So, you know, just layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of virtual reality. And now I have the scooter back, I think. So I'm between Nassau Street. I actually don't know this street's name, but the street down there leads to the Toronto Western Hospital. So, right, great. Okay, I'm on Leonard and Wales Avenue. It's August 21st, 2014. Go ahead, sir.
I just would like to know if you were filming me.
I don't know who you are. I've never seen you before.
Well, I see you point the camera at me when I was passing you, and then when I went past you, you also were pointing the camera at me. So I just would like to
no, you're lying. I was not directing a camera at you at all.
Well, you were.
I've never seen you before.
Then you turned away when you were standing there.
No, I never focused on you directly at all. I have no idea who you are.
I just don't want to be a part of your project, that's what I'm saying.
You don't want to be a part of my project?
Whatever project you...
Whatever project I'm doing?
Yes.
Well, if you think you're part of a project, that's 100% your fault and not mine, okay? I'm just walking around. I never focused on you directly. I have no idea who you are. I have no idea why you're saying I have a project.
I just don't like to be filmed, that's all.
Well, I can assure you that I never targeted you directly if that's what your concern is.
Well...
It's okay. I have an issue with being stalked by harassers. So if you're
stalking,
I do.
First of all.
Yeah, I have no idea who you are.
If you are filming people without
No, you're trying to create a provocation response. I'm walking away from you now. You are a provocateur. You are a provocateur. If you were filmed by me, you deliberately placed yourself in my path to be filmed by me. Stop a provocation event. You're a provocateur. I'm walking away from you. Yeah. It's August 22nd, 2014 at 1:07 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'm down at Leonard and Wales Avenue here. This is where the second portion of the swarming skit happened last night. I wanted to show it to you in the daytime. They had the provocateur intercept me down here as I walked south on Leonard Avenue. A lot of interesting U-turns happening. Anyway, basically what they did was they had vehicles staged up Leonard there, and the person on the scooter was to activate the scooter once I took out the camera. He headed north and he headed south, and then he parked himself around that yellow car there to wait for me when I headed down south the street. And of course he was in a motorcycle helmet, so there's no way to tell or confirm exactly who he was. So all I could say was, I don't know who you are, and I never aimed a camera directly at you because I have no way to confirm who was under the helmet or if it was someone just positioned here. Okay, so basically, you know, he intercepted me around there, and then I went eastbound down the street, and that was it. Okay, and there's the Toronto Western Hospital there. It's August 22nd, 2014 at 1:11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Just wanted to show you the location in daylight for the swarming and provocation skit last night here on Leonard Street at the Toronto Western Hospital. Basically, I was prompted to stop here. Just a quick explanation of this is that, you know, what DARPA and the U.S. military and others are developing are super soldier technologies for their military and spies, since they've managed to turn everybody under surveillance with their radio chatter and mobile phones and all their military comms, as they call it. They need a situation where they can direct very simple commands to a soldier or spy without any type of noise. So they do it neurally by basically blasting a neural signal from a source handler to a target. Okay, so it's just simple commands: left, right, stop, you know, whatever. So I was prompted to stop here and take out the camera, which is just stop. Basically go left, which gets me down the street, stop, take out your camera. So as soon as I took out the camera here, they had a, first of all, the whole street was loaded with surveillance. There's a car waiting there, which lit up, and you know, there's a car there that a family was going to go to. There was a scooter, which activated as soon as I took out the camera. To ensure that I photographed him, the scooter went this way, then did a loop in a 180 and came back down to the end of the street, and then it stopped about where that yellow car is down there. Okay, so you have to ask yourself, you know, rationally, why a scooter would be there and go there just to end up there to intercept me at the bottom of the street here and ask me why I took his photo, right? This is how the surveillance and provocation skits go, and of course, to most normal people who don't know what's going on, it just looks like the target is being super paranoid. A lot of these skit artists are loaded up with, you know, the secret spy cams that are a button in their shirt or whatever to make sure that the target is unaware of being videotaped, and when the target freaks out and acts paranoid, that goes into the record of, you know, basically making the person look like a nutcase so that they can be smeared before the court of law when it goes to court that they're insane, right? So beyond that scooter, we had a vehicle here with a family. There was a car there waiting that lit up as well. A whole bunch of people came up and down the street. Now, this is in the middle of the night when the place isn't even open. You can see there's hardly anybody around here. And there's this woman here. But this is normal because the hospital is open and people are going back and forth from it. There's a courier delivery. But I can tell you from years and years and years of going up and down this street in the night in Toronto on my daily walks that it is absolutely dead in the night. Okay? So, you know, it was more busy last night than it is, as you can see today, you know, in the daytime. And it's, you know, a nice sunny day and all that. So what I was prompted to do last night, you know, basically triggered a memory of being prompted here before around the 2007-2008 era. And I was prompted to go here and take off my jacket and my pants, not my underwear, I wasn't naked, and basically look at this flower bed. Right? And look paranoid and crazy, and then off I went. Okay? So that was back in 2007, 2008. So that'll tell you how long this has been going on. Okay? It's currently August 22nd, 2014 at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Leonard Avenue.